Hi, welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. So, enjoy your drink now, sitting down, but don't feel bad for me. I'll have a drink later on, when I'm sitting down, not dancing about all over the place. Okay, so, are you ready for some more multiple choice questions? I hope so, because I put some together for you, and here they are. As usual, let's do the first one together, okay? Number one, you can't see the boss now. She doodaloo in a meeting. D. A is being. B, being. C is. D. Okay, so what tense are we going to use here? We're talking about now, which means, well, that suggests that we should use which tense? Yes, that's right. When we're talking about now, we normally use the present continuous, don't we? But not here. Why not? Because, as I'm sure you all remember, there are certain verbs which we don't use with the present continuous. And the verb to be is one of those. We also don't use verbs like, to love, or to want in the present continuous. So, back to the example. It looked simple, didn't it? You all saw the word now and you all recognized that it's probably a present continuous idea. But no, it was a trick, a nasty trick. So what's the correct answer? Yes, that's right. She's in a meeting. Present simple for the third person singular. He, she, it is. Okay, so which answer is the correct one? Aha! You've noticed another problem, haven't you? Yes, there's more than one correct answer, isn't there? C and D are the same answer, aren't they? Yes, so that means that both C and D are correct. You can't see the boss now. She is, in a meeting. All right, so, well, that was a bit of a nasty one, wasn't it? The first one out of the box, and it's a trick question. And there's not one, but two answers. Let's hope the rest of them aren't as sneaky as that one. Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Yes! Bring on the next one. Number two, you poached eggs like A, do, liking. B, does, like. C, are, liking. D, do, like. All right, well, this is a simple one, isn't it? Or is it? Well, for a start, what's a poached egg when it's at home? A poached egg? Well, it's an egg which has been poached. If you poach something, you cook it in some liquid which is very hot but not boiling. A poached egg is an egg which we cook in water, but, and here's the thing, we break the eggshell and cook the egg without its shell. Essentially, it's like a soft-boiled egg, but without the shell, so it's softer. It's nice on toast. I've got a friend who's a chef, and Camel, that's his name, does a fantastic poached egg. I don't know how he does it. I like poached eggs, but whenever I do it, well, it's not very good. When Camel does it, it's much, 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 much better. So, that's a poached egg. An egg without a shell, cooked in hot water. All right, but that's irrelevant. That doesn't have any effect on this question, does it? No. Okay, so what's the first thing we noticed about this one? Yes, there, lurking at the end of the sentence. It's a question mark, isn't it? Yes, and what does that tell us? Yes, that's right. That tells us that this is a question. And what does that mean? Well, it means that the structure of the sentence has to change. When we're asking a question, we start with the verb, not the subject. So we'll have to change the sentence a little bit. All right. So what verb are we using? The verb to like. Yes. And what do we know about the verb to like? Yes. Just like the verb to love and the verb to want, we can't use these verbs in the present continuous. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, Gav, you're talking banana oil. That's complete cucumber juice. Why? just this morning, I saw an advert for a North American fast food restaurant and they used the verb to love in the present continuous. Yeah? What do you say to that then? Well, yes, I understand your confusion, but believe me, you can't. The fact that an advertising genius with a brain the size of a chickpea came up with an advertising campaign which uses a verb incorrectly doesn't make it right. It just makes the advert stupid. So trust me on this one. The verbs to love, to like, to want, and there are others. We don't use these verbs in the present continuous. Okay, so we're using the verb to like, and we know that we can't use that in the present continuous. So what tense are we asking the question in? That's right. It's asking about something in general. It's a present simple question. And when we're asking a present simple question, what do we need? Yes, an auxiliary verb, the verb to do. And what's the correctly conjugated form of the verb to do for the second person singular? Do. Good. So, start with the verb, do. Follow with the subject, you. And then we need the infinitive, like, and then the object, poached eggs. So, what's wrong with A? Well, A mixes up the tenses, doesn't it? Do is okay, but we use it with the infinitive. B is the third person singular. Does. Wrong. C, our liking is trying to be the present continuous, but like doesn't work in the present continuous. D, do you like poached eggs? We have a winner! Do you like poached eggs? Next! Number 3. Hamish, doodaloo, every morning, doodaloo, 6:30, doodaloo. Get up. A is getting up at AM. B is getting up in AM. C gets up in PM. D gets up at AM. Okay, what do we know? Well, we've got a man, Hamish, and this means it's the third person singular. Good. We've got the adverb of frequency, every, which we normally use with the present simple. Good. We can see that we need a preposition of time, and we know that the sentence is about the morning, not the afternoon. So, which one is correct? That's right, D. Gets up, third person singular. Get adds an S and becomes gets. Every morning. Well, we've already done the present simple. Which preposition do we use with clock times? At. Good. And what about the 2 letters we use to indicate before noon? AM. Sorted. Done. Hamish gets up every morning at 6:30 AM. Next. Number 4. Mary can't come to answer the door now. She, doodaloo, get dressed. A, are get dressed. B, is getting dressed. C, is dressed. D, getting dressed. All right. So it's happening now, and the verb to get dressed can be used in the present continuous. So that's what we're going to do. All right. A, nope. She, third person singular, and get isn't the ing form. B, perfect, good. C, no, and illogical. If she's dressed, then why can't she answer the door? D, yes, it's the same as B. Mary can't come to answer the door now. She is getting dressed. Next. Aha. Now in this one, I want you to find the correct question and then the correct answer. Number 6. Do you speaking English? Are you speaking English? Do you speak English? A, yes, I don't. B, yes, I am. C, it's 4:30. D, yes, I do. Okay, so which question is the correct question? Well, the first one is incorrect, isn't it? Yes, and why? Because we're mixing tenses in the first one. Do is the auxiliary verb we use to make questions in the present simple tense, but speaking is the form we use when we're making the present continuous. Wrong. Okay, what about the second version? Well, no, that's no good either, and why not? Because although the question is grammatically correct, it's the wrong question. We're not asking someone if they're using English words at the moment. We're trying to ask if they understand English. The question is correct, but it's not the right question for this situation. So we now know that the correct question is the last one. Do you speak English? All right, so we've got the correct question. Now, what about the answers? Well, answer A is wrong for a start, isn't it? Yes, I don't. That's mad. Obviously, this person has escaped from some sort of psychiatric hospital. Quick, run away as fast as you can. This person's a doctor. You don't have to be a doctor to see that. All right, so we know that A is wrong. It's as confused as the person who said it. What about B? Nope. Why not? What's wrong with B? Well, look at it. We're asking a question using the present simple, so we're using the auxiliary verb to do. And here, the answer uses the verb to be. The present simple, yes, but the wrong verb. Okay, what about C? Oh dear. This person doesn't even understand the question. We're not asking what time it is, are we? No. Well, in that case, by a process of elimination, by removing the obviously incorrect answers, we can see that D is the correct answer. Hooray for D! Do you speak English? Yes, I do. Great! Okay, next. What did Lulu, your sister, do when the accident happened? A. She waits for a bus. B. He wait for a bus. C. She was waiting for a taxi. D. She watches TV. Well, what about this one then? It's a question connected to tenses, isn't it? Yes, and which tenses are they? Yes, that's right. It's the good old past simple, past continuous combination, isn't it? Okay, so in the question, what should we put? Well, remember that we use the past continuous for longer actions or events which are interrupted by the past simple. So which action is the short interrupting action? Yes, the second action, the accident. Accidents are normally quick, so it makes sense to use the past simple for the accident. And the first verb? Well, there it's a past continuous idea. The idea that your sister started doing something before a specific time in the past, when the accident occurred, so the thing she was doing was the longer idea. So past continuous for the first verb, past simple for the second. What was your sister doing when the accident happened? Great! So that's the question. Now what about the possible answers? Which one is the correct answer? Well, look at A and tell me what's wrong with it. The subject pronoun is correct, isn't it? Yes, my sister or she, fine. But the rest of it is wrong, isn't it? She waits for a bus. Well, that sentence is using which tense? The present simple, yes. But it's a very strange answer. Normally, which tense would we use to talk about someone who's standing at a bus stop? Yes, normally we'd use the present continuous. It's not the sort of event or action that we'd normally use the present simple for. I mean, I suppose if we added something to the sentence, we could make it work. She waits for her husband every evening by the bus stop. That works, but it's not the most normal sentence I've ever seen. So A is out. What about B? Nope, totally wrong. He, not she. Okay, they're both the third person singular, but he is a man, not a woman. And my sister is a woman, obviously. Also, if we're talking about the third person singular, then the verb needs plus S added to the infinitive. Completely wrong. C, aha, correct subject pronoun, she. Correct tense. She started waiting for a taxi before the accident happened. She was waiting for a taxi and then, blammo, there was an accident. C it is. Oh, and what about D? Well, the idea, the concept could be correct, but the tense is wrong. We're looking for the past continuous, not the present simple. What was your sister doing when the accident happened? She was waiting for a taxi. And guess what? Yes, we're done for the day. No, in fact, we're done for the week. Yes, our lesson has come to an end. And it's time for me to run off home for a cocktail, coffee and maybe a cocktail later on. Now, you lot all know what you have to do, don't you? Yes, that's right. It's Friday, so get your chores out of the way. Feed the animals, talk to the tortoise, all those sort of things. And then hit the shower, get in, get wet, get soaped up, get covered in shampoo, get soap in your eyes, cry, get out, get some antiperspirant on your armpit, get your glad rags on, get out and have a fantastic time. Have a great weekend and the best evening you can imagine. I'll see you all on Monday. And remember, if you've got some spare time, check out the vocab, www.mediaclick.hu. See you all on Monday, people. Have fun, and have fun. See you later. Bye.